cold snap. Weather warnings for snow and ice now stretching across the country as the deep freeze persists.
I'm not a magician, but I'm going to hazard a guess a few things. Where you live right now is probably below zero, because it is here. You're fed up of your car being dirty, because I am. And if you can't already tell by the sound of my voice, you've probably got the flu. I reckon that is probably a hat trick. Now, like they said, stay indoors, keep warm, it is really cold, weather warnings left, right and centre, and me over here, I've decided to wash my car. Well, what can I say? Every car guy can't stand a dirty whip, so in this video, we're going to get it cleaned. It's now -1 and it was -3 when I started this. I'm struggling to get the hose to defrost. Well, the hose is okay because I used a brand new one which I had laying around, but I can't actually get the pressure washer to defrost. So I'm looking like I'm going to have to use the old school, just a hose, and be as careful as possible when washing it. Some good trusty Auto Finesse products and a little bit of know-how to get the Scirocco looking clean again. It is absolutely freezing out here. I don't know why I'm doing this. But let's have a look at how dirty the car is.
I'm so in love with you. You got me down again.
Don't worry, it's warm now.
The difference to you, the blue.
is now clean, fresh, free of all the road grime, dirt, salt that you get in these winter months. Safely cleaned with the best products you could possibly buy. However, I feel like I have done a little bit of injustice for them because I didn't have a pressure washer and I didn't actually have the ability to show them off as good as they are, really. One of the reasons being is that the products were freezing as I was applying them to the car. But anyway, you know they're good, I know they're good, and you know that you can save 15% off with the code Oldub15, so check that out. But for now, I think it's time to head back indoors, get the kettle on, and we'll talk about some winter tips to look after your pride and joys yourself at home. Now obviously you can de-ice your car in 101 different ways. For glass, this isn't really an issue because glass is such a durable textured surface, it doesn't matter and it is pretty robust. If you're using your scraper on your rear lights and your headlights, you're probably going to cause quite a bit of scratching and possibly end up ruining them. Which is why I always recommend using de-icer on the softer areas to prevent damage. It goes without saying that in the winter your car is going to get much dirtier than what it does in summer months. In the winter it's obviously worse because you have the road salt to contend with, which as we all know can eat away at all the parts of the car. So it's down to us during the winter to try and maintain and remove as much of that road salt as possible. Now when it comes to detailing your car, the more salt on your car, the more chance there is of you causing damage to your paintwork, swirls, marring. So it's even more important to carry out a thorough pre-wash stage prior to contact washing, using citrus power or dynamite to remove the heavy contamination prior to using lather for a contact wash. Always underrun hoses. Well, what do I mean by this? I had the exact same problem this morning when I came to wash the Scirocco. All the hoses had frozen, the pressure washer had frozen, and I couldn't actually use it. Hence me using the hose that I did. My suggestion here is to once you finish washing the car, always underrun your hose, get rid of as much excess water so it can't freeze in the hose, or the pressure washer. Now, you can't really do too much with the pressure washer, you can underrun the hoses for it, but the actual pressure washer itself you can't really do much about unless you have the ability to put it inside the conservatory or keep it somewhere indoors where it won't be as cold as outside. Screen wash and coolant. Well, screen wash and coolant are the two very important ones. Coolant is the most important one because if in the summer you changed it over to water, completely forgot about it, you're going to be in an absolute muddle now when your coolant is completely frozen and you've ruined your engine. And screen wash is just as important because if you've used water for screen wash opposed to actual dedicated screen wash, they're going to freeze up, and when you come to driving on the road you aren't going to be able to use your screen wash, you aren't going to be able to see, and you aren't going to be safe to commute to wherever you're commuting to. Onboard supplies. Now it sounds a little bit overkill, but you see it on the news every year without fail. People stuck on the road because the roads are so treacherous they can't get home and they're stranded in their car. So make sure you have some essential items. Bottle of water, maybe some food, some blankets, some spades or something to dig your car out if it actually came to it, and just stuff for your own welfare if you were unfortunate enough to get stuck on the motorway just like these guys.
Long stretches of the M25 motorway have been jammed. Drivers in the southeast are being asked by national highways not to travel on unless they absolutely have to. People have been describing to Sky News how they've been stuck in their cars through the freezing night.
You've probably seen today when I was detailing the car, I was wrapped up like a little baby in cotton wool. I had 5 layers on, I had a woolly hat, and I stayed nice and toasty. And also, this is a good tip from Mr. Batty himself at Auto Finesse. Always use hot water when detailing your car, but not too hot because you might crack your windows. Another commuting tip is always make sure you have enough fuel in your car. For previous reasons I mentioned earlier, if you were to get stranded, you don't want to get stranded and not have enough fuel. A, because you can't get anywhere, and B, your fuel is going to provide you the heating in the car to make sure you don't get too cold. Number 8, now this is the most important tip out of all of them. Don't bother going outside, stay indoors, put your feet up, get the heating on, whack Oldub on the telly, subscribe to the channel, and you can have hours of merry, warm fun this winter.